as watu wa mkono. And nobody should degrade you because you are a mtu ya mkono. Because as we said, kazi ni kazi. As the Kenya Kwanza, UDA people, we believe work is work. And there is dignity in work. So long as you are getting an income out of it. If you can get a better job, it's okay. But in the meantime, the work you're doing is important and should be protected and assisted to grow. We want to push the number of people working in affordable housing, markets, and hostels from 350 to about 600,000 by the end of the year. We want to push it in the next 1 year to employ 1 million young people under affordable housing, markets, and hostels program. That is how you transform Kenya. That's how you respond to joblessness. You don't just say there is a problem. And when you are asked what do we do to reduce the number of people who have no jobs, you have no answer. And that is the difference between us and the people competing with us. Some of them, if you put them on this platform, they will not last for 3 minutes. Because they will just say, oh yes, Ruto must go, I don't know what. And then after that, let's assume it is okay, he must go. Okay, then how do we solve the problem of young people in Kenya? They have no answer. So, if we can push in the next 1 year the number of skilled and semi-skilled young people working in affordable housing, markets, and hostels to 1 million, then we have another program called Kazi Mtandaoni, where we are building ICT hubs for use by young people in public spaces. We already have started with TVETs and universities. We have Jitume labs in many of the TVETs. And if any TVET in Embu doesn't have a Jitume lab, let me know. We will put one immediately and put 100 computers with internet. Because I have gone to TVETs and universities with the Jitume lab. Just 100 computers. Students who are already studying. But they spend 2 hours there in that Jitume lab. Some they are doing foreign exchange trading, some are doing script writing, others are doing website design, others are doing app development, others are doing transcriber, and there are so many jobs in the internet, so long as you have stable internet and a computer, which many young people lack. So we are doing Jitume labs, we are doing ICT hubs. The Jitume labs are in institutions. And if there is any institution in Embu County without the Jitume lab, let me know. You will get one immediately. If you have one without enough computers, let me know. I will go and add computers. Yani Deputy President atashindwa na kupatiana kompyuta kwa TVET kweli? Allah. So those Jitume labs, we are also saying the young people who are not in universities and colleges, but they are digitally savvy, but they don't have money to buy a computer and connect it to internet so that they can get into digital jobs. Every market, the 400 markets we are building, including the 12 in Embu County, we are going to put on the top floor of each market a computer lab, an ICT hub with computers connected to the internet, free of charge for young people, so that the young people in Embu Town, in Runyenjes, in Chicago, in Ishara, in Kiritiri, instead of wasting your time in the market because you have no facility, you can't do anything, you have some skills, but you don't have money to buy a computer, you don't have money to put internet. And instead of waiting for a politician to pay you 100 shillings so that you can go and heckle their political opponent, you use the ICT hub to go into the internet, not to insult the MCA, not to insult the governor or the president, but you go there to earn a living and look for digital jobs and take care of yourself and your family. Because if you are unhappy with a leader, You don't like your MCA, you don't like your MP, you don't like your president. The solution is not insulting them. The solution is to wait for the election and vote them out, isn't it? But before the election, make use of the time you have to build yourself. Don't waste your time in negativity. Because even if you insult them and you don't vote them out, they will be voted in. Isn't it? Yeah. And why waste time with all negativity? Just do your thing. Just ukiangalia useme huyu anakaa kama hana habari. They cannot lead anything, and you wait during election. Unamwambia out ninja. Ama namna gani jameni? Fire si fire. Kwa hivyo, we are creating, for already the Jitume Labs, we are about 272 in TVETs and universities. The markets will give us another 400 spots. And these ones are for the youth who are not in institutions. They are in the marketplaces. Pale sokoni, Kiretile, badala ya vijana kukaa hapo idle, wakingojea kuchomwa, jeshi ichomwe, wanaenda kwa internet pale, wanafanya forex trading, wanafanya website design, wanalipwa hela, and they have no time for negativity. Fire si fire. Fire si fire. Noma si noma. Tuendelee na hiyo maneno ama tuachane nayo? Do we continue thinking how we resolve unemployment and job opportunities, or do you want to waste our time talking about who will lose the election and who will win the election, as if the election is today? Let's look for those who are leaders. Let's look for solutions for unemployment. Siku ya kampeni ikifika, kila mtu, hakuna mtu anatoka mbinguni, kila mtu amekuwa kiongozi. Aulizwe siku ile ulikuwa na kiti, ulifanya nini? Mimi nitakuja nijitetee, ule mwingine ajitetee, wananchi waamue, tuendelee. Mwenye anachaguliwa anakuwa kiongozi wetu, mwenye anakosa anangoja siku ingine. Ni fire si fire. Ni fire si fire. That is maturity. That's how countries mature. Our job now is not to say who will be elected and who will not lose the election. Our job now is to ask, what can we do when we are in office? What can we do for our young people? So that when the time comes for accountability, we have something to say. So we have about 185,000 young people who are making a living out of digital jobs. But that number is very small. And it is because many do not have access to computers and internet. We even have a new phenomena, those who are ICT savvy. There is a new phenomena called business process outsourcing. Those in the creatives and in the ICT sector, they will tell you. Where companies in America, in Europe, instead of traveling to work there, they employ you at the call center, for example. You are in Kenya, but their calls of that company are diverted to an office in Kenya, customer relations jobs, and other jobs, but you are based here, but working for a company abroad without leaving Kenya. For those who want, because you are educated people, there is one very successful privately run business process outsourcing, BPO, in Tatu City, which is employing 5,000 young people daily in 2 shifts. 5,000 during the day, 5,000 at night, to work for overseas companies, but they are based at Tatu City. And they are being paid for working for overseas countries without leaving Kenya. So, it is my submission, dear young people, it is possible, very possible, to expand the number of young people getting an income through the digital space, through the internet, through ICT. That number can easily rise from the current 185,000 to 1 million young people. It is possible. It is very possible. So if you have 1 million young people in Kazi Mtandaoni, ICT jobs program, Then you have another 1 million young people in the affordable housing and markets and hostels program. Then you have another program called Kazi Maju. And we are saying, if you're a young person, of course the priority, we are creating jobs for you here to do, if you get it here. But for heaven's sake, as a young person, you are more flexible than older people. If you get a job abroad before the one you're waiting for here arrives, go and do that one as you wait for the one here. Because kazi, ti kazi. Ama namna gani? Yeah, there are people in America today, in Europe, in Dubai, in wherever. So what has this government done to increase the number of young people getting access to international jobs? We have signed something called bilateral labor agreements, which were not there. And we have started implementing them. That's why you've heard the noise which was there about mistreatment of Kenyan workers abroad. It is lessening by the day. Because today, we have 6 bilateral labor agreements with some of the countries overseas, in Europe and Middle East. And we are negotiating another 13 countries, bilateral labor agreements with 13 other countries to bring the total to 19, almost 20 countries. In those agreements, before a young person leaves the soil of Kenya, the government of Kenya must know who is their employer, how much money are they going to earn, how will it be paid. If the person, our young person, gets into trouble there, what is the arrangement to bring them home as government? So by the time you live here, we have an end-to-end view so that you don't go there and enter into the hands of slave traders and other people who misuse you. I am happy to report, so far, under the Kazi Maju program of job creation, we have lifted 430,000 young people from Kenya to go and earn living abroad. And you know, they are not relocating forever. We are not chasing them. Just go there, work for 5 years, save some money, invest at home, come back. In fact, I encourage young people, don't go there to stay permanently. So before you go, if you are a young man, you must get a girlfriend here before going. Or a wife. If you are a girl, get a boyfriend before you go, or a husband. Then you go, so that you sikae sana after. And then also invest home. Diaspora remittances.